Have you ever worked for a bad boss? When I ask that question, most people say yes, but it's not even that they say yes, they're thinking of a name, or maybe even multiple names in mind. And for me, the question is not so much, have you worked for a bad boss, because most of us have. The question is, where do today's managers come from? Research actually shows that about 80% of managers are promoted because they're very good at their job, they've been there long enough, they have seniority, or they're better than the alternative. But we believe managers don't want to be bad managers. They've just never been shown how to do it. That's why at J&C Leadership Consulting, we offer a proven process to help people become even better managers and the kind of leaders people actually want to follow. Some of the things you'll learn in this program include how to make better decisions in a more timely manner, how to communicate even more effectively, and how to get your team to be even more productive. We know that your team and your organization need you to be at your best, and this program is going to help you do just that. As a manager, do you find yourself so overwhelmed doing tasks that you don't have time to manage? If you feel that way, you're not alone. In fact, what we've found is that most managers actually share a very similar experience. But your job has now changed. As a manager, you are no longer responsible for doing the tasks. You're now responsible for managing others who do the tasks. And so in this module, we want to help you make your team members even more productive than they are. Some of the things we'll teach you in this module are how to set the right kinds of goals for your team to maximize productivity, how to set the proper expectations for your team, and how to give feedback that ensures that these goals that you've set are actually becoming accomplished. We're looking forward to you joining us in this program to learn how to maximize your productivity and your teams. George Bernard Shaw said that the single biggest problem with communication is the illusion it has taken place. We believe that many of the challenges and issues in the workplace are caused by unclear communication or a lack of communication. This can look like gossip, finger pointing, or playing the blame game. And the end result of this is your team is not making their goals, or even worse, they're having to redo work that's already been done. In this module, we will show you how the most effective leaders communicate for the greatest impact. I think we can all agree that everyone can be a better communicator, and we want to help you on that journey. Imagine you're watching your favorite sports team in the biggest rivalry game of the year. And there's just one problem, there's no scoreboard. So the players have no idea what the score is or how much time is left. Believe it or not, this happens every day in business. And when people don't know the score, what happens is they just become busy because they think if they look busy, it looks like they're doing something. But when your employees know what the score is, whether it's good or bad, it will motivate them to produce better results. In this module, we'll help you identify the high payoff activities that you and your team need to go from being busy to being productive. By understanding and focusing on those high payoff activities, you and your team are going to be less stressed, more motivated, and more productive. Have you ever set a goal only to come up short? Think about the last New Year's resolution you made, but by January 15th, you had already stopped. And that's very frustrating because nobody sets a goal without wanting to achieve it. By definition, a goal is something that we want. In order to reach your goals, it's going to require a change in behavior. And that's the difficult part. We're going to take a deep dive on the goal setting process to help you get specific on your goals and give you a roadmap for how to actually achieve them. And this isn't just for your goals. This is a process you can use with your team members to help them achieve organizational goals. Let's get started today to help you and your team achieve your goals. If you define motivation as getting somebody else to do something that you want them to do, then the truth is you can't motivate another person. Sure, you can use tactics like fear or even incentives, but these are temporary sources of motivation and they often lead to resentment. So the secret to motivation is that as a leader, you create the environment where people work because they want to, not because they have to. As a manager, to your employees, you are the company. And so the way you interact with them is going to have a direct influence on their motivation. In this module, we'll help you understand how to create the environment that motivates your team members to be the most productive. Let's get your team from being uninspired to motivated together. If I were to ask you what is on your business card, what would it say? Probably something like manager, supervisor, director, the list could go on. But did you know that your responsibility actually includes also being a trainer and a coach. Whether you have an HR department or not, it doesn't matter. Your role as a manager, as a leader, is to train your people. There's a gap for everyone on your team where they are currently and where they could be. And that gap is called potential. And your job as a manager is to unlock that potential and help your team members accomplish even more than they thought they could accomplish. So in this module, we will teach you training techniques that work. We get it. Training can be challenging. It can be challenging for you, and it can be challenging for the people on your team. In this module, we're gonna give you a proven training process to help your team members reach their full potential. Someone once told me that the absolute best thing you can do when faced with a decision is to make the right decision. The next best thing you can do is make the wrong decision, but the absolute worst thing you can do is make no decision. As a manager, you are going to be faced with making many decisions, and your team and your organization are counting on you to be decisive. In this module, we will help you become a more confident decision maker and an even more effective problem solver. If you can master the skills of decision making and problem solving, your team and your organization will be better for it. So for this last and final module, we believe that if you can communicate effectively, help your team members set goals, help them be more productive, train them, coach them, make decisions, and solve problems, you will have a synergistic team. A synergistic team is going to be moving towards the same vision with high levels of trust and cooperation. In this final module, we'll show you how to build that kind of team and overcome any barriers to reaching that goal. If this is the kind of team you want to build, then this program is for you.